He goes, yeah, it's back on the printer. So I go back on the printer, and it prints out. I think there's 3 sheets that are attempted to be printed. Okay. It prints one out, and then there's a red light with like a wrench or some kind of icon that comes up.
Never good.
Not the wrench.
Yeah, or like a dripping piece of, or dripping ink,
Not the kind of drip we're looking for.
Right. It pretty much says you're effed. Okay? And so in some different terminology. Now, what is your play if you work in an office and the printer or copier is, because I have seen a wide range of things. And I'll tell you what my play is in a moment. I have seen people who otherwise are regular office guy. I'm a sales guy, ad guy, whatever, that look like they are working on a 1982 Datsun or whatever. They're up under the hood. And you don't even think of this from that person. You're like, wow. And they're pulling the guts out of the machine. And they're up under. And they got ink up to their elbows, and they're pulling this battery out, and then this circular thing that turns it, and I'll fix it.
And there's a big cloud of dust,
Yes.
and it sprays everywhere.
Oh, I'm hands-on, Johnny, hands-on, whatever. I've seen that. I've seen people, I know whoever, he knows who's. I've seen people that go right back to their desk and email or get in touch with IT, whatever. I'll hate to admit, I am just straight walk away from it. I'm straight walk away from it. I can do without it. Like, I saw that and went, I'm out of here.
That's what I am now, because back in the day at another place where Jim and I used to work, I used to be the guy who would try to fix the copier all the time.
Oh, not me.
Because I would need stuff printed out in the middle of a show, right?
Okay.
And it was right at the end of the hallway that came down into the producer's booth. And none of the salespeople ever tried to fix it. It would go days, Colin. Days. And it was the one main printer, the only printer I could print to. And so I would have to go about trying to fix it, but I would turn into a maniac.
Even if you had to print something, it would go to another floor or somewhere else. I won't even do. I'll just come back. I don't care if it's 10 pages. I will just start writing out handwriting on a blank sheet of paper everything that I need to do.
So
honestly.
So after years of going through that and letting it turn me into a maniac from time to time, I'm just like you. If I see that red light blinking, I just walk away.
Well, I'd send it to a different printer.
You try to do that.
There's one in the back. I can do that it's on my computer, but maybe it's not loaded onto yours. Like if you search printers, you find that it says AM Talent.
You got to have the IT guy do a
Lexmark.
whole thing where then they hook up a different printer to your computer and all this.
Let's nail down on one part of this conversation. What do you make of the Johnny regular guy, like the sales guy or somebody that is just, I don't know, like a regular news person that fashions themselves as the I'm going to fix this, if they're not the IT guy? Are they made to be showered with glory, or do you look at them like, I'm skeptical of that person? Do they really know what they're doing, and they're doing this to try to be a hero?
I'd have to see who it was.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you have to? Because
Kinda, yeah.
whoever it is would have already established, unless it's a very new person, they would have kind of established a reputation
That they've
around
got some
the
kind of
office.
Technical proficiency
Magic
for things
touch.
like that.
Yeah, the
Like there was a guy who used to work here, Ray.
Ray.
Right,
Yes,
Ray. He'd be the guy
Fireman
that
Ray, yes.
he'd be the guy that I would expect to be able to take care of all that stuff.
A real
No,
mechanical
see,
sort.
if I saw Ray messing with the printer or the copier, I'd be like, well, I'll just find a different printer or copier.
Well, the other thing is the out-of-toner situation. When it lists the
Yeah.
ink, you run the risk of looking like you had a bad day with a squid.
Yes.
If you touch that thing wrong.
I've done that.
You have?
Yeah, not recently.
Wait a minute.
No, I
Seriously?
mean probably back where,
Out in
the Disney
Wilkinsburg.
Corporation owned us.
Right. That happened?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I remember trying to
I
change
think
stuff
so.
and getting it all over my
All over your hands. I
Yeah.
don't want to walk down that road. I'm not finicky. I don't want to get my hands dirty. Well, in that sense, I don't.
No.
Because you don't know
'Cause
where it's
not
going
dirt.
to end.
It's not dirty. It's not like dirt you can wash off right away.
Right.
Ink. You're literally an ink-stained wretch at that point.
You look
Yeah.
like you robbed the bank.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's
And the
one of
dye
those
pack
dye
went
pack
off, yeah.
explosion
Boom.
things. I don't want that. So I'll go without. But there is a strange dynamic in how people treat that moment in their life that you're faced with. What do I do with this printer and or copier that is screwing up right now? Do I tell someone? I'll walk away from it and it could be 8 days later and that thing's still, how did this get messed up? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just doesn't work anymore.
Right. I just hit the button I'm supposed to hit. I didn't take a baseball bat to it or anything. I just hit the button. It doesn't work. Somebody will Somebody's job is that.
Man.
It's not mine.
There's also the paper jam.
There's that.
That's the thing is that one out there in the newsroom, it says paper jam, but there is no paper jam.
Yeah, you turn into Samir from Office Space.
Yeah, text here. Tommy tryhards working on printers are a no-go. Typically, they do more harm than good. I agree with that 1,000%. You're an office Tommy tryhard.
Close to Harry High School. What was that Mike McCarthy had?
Was it Mike McCarthy?
Yeah,
Yes.
it was.
High School Harry's.
High School Harry, that's right.
I got to find that. I think I have that from McCarthy.
Tommy Tryhard.
Oh, man, that was something else when McCarthy said that. I think he swore in there a couple times. Here we go, right? I hope there's no swear words.
All right, man, let's get going here. Family and football. This is something I believe so strongly in. There's nothing I'm more proud of my family. My wife Jessica and our 5 kids. My mother, 80 years old yesterday. And the point I'm making is every one of us is from somewhere and we're from someone. Okay? I'm Greenfield Avenue, Pittsburgh, PA, 15217. Everything we've done in the past, because it's hard not to reflect on what we went through last year. All right? This is last year. You've seen the schedule. We have 4 preseason games, 17 regular season games, and then we got the tournament. Okay, that's what this thing's all about. So let's not waste each other's time here, because we don't have a lot of time doing the hard stuff that we need to do to get to where we want to go. Charlie Brown, he don't work here. Okay? High School Harry, get his ass out the door. All right? This is about winning. It's about winning the world championship. Period.
Charlie Efferon and High School Harry.
Yeah.
Right, Charlie Efferon. That was the guy. No, Tommy. I think they're related to Tommy Tryhard.
Yeah, they're cousins.
But I think Tommy Tryhard. I don't know. I think he lives over in like Glen Hazel.
I thought they were just from right around the corner in Greenfield.
Okay.
McCarthy would have included Tommy's middle name as well.
That's enough. Doug Whaley, top of the hour. He's in the building. We talked to him.
I go down Smitty's. There's
Yeah,
High School
right.
Harry sitting at the corner.
You know where Charlie Efferon is? I tell you, he's Big Jim's. He eats that fish sandwich every Friday on Big Jim's. Oh, goodness, that's enough.